Good morning students and welcome to your science class. Today we are going to start with another chapter from your science textbook. Chapter number 3, Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. As the name suggests, the term synthetic means man-made or artificial. So synthetic fibers are man-made or artificial fibers which are manufactured in factories or laboratories with the help of a few chemicals. Then we have a term fibers which you must have come across earlier also, that is in class 6 and class 7. In class 6 we have learnt about the different types of plant fibers, and in class 7 we have learnt two types of animal fibers, that is silk and wool. Now the fibers are, we can define them as thin, long and flexible thread-like structures. So the thin, long and flexible thread-like structures that you simply call as yarn or thread are known as fibers. And the last term, that is plastics, has derived from a it's Greek word plastikos, that means to be molded. So the plastics are known for their property of being molded. These plastics are either semi-synthetic or synthetic fibers. That means they are either made in factories or in laboratories with the use of some chemicals, or they can be merged or mixed up or combined with some natural fibers. Let us revise the fibers which are natural fibers. The fibers can be divided into two parts, natural and artificial. Natural fibers could be the fibers that we get from different plants and animals. Examples are cotton, wool, silk, jute, hemp, etc. And the fibers that we get from different chemicals are known as artificial fibers. The examples that we are going to study in this class are nylon, rayon, polyester, acrylic, etc. Now let us learn about the synthetic fibers in a different way. The synthetic fibers are nothing but the combine or three or more than 3 units of monomers which comprise to make a polymer. That means, suppose these beads that you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and so on. The number of beads may go on increasing depending upon the type of synthetic fiber or the type of polymer. So one single unit or one single bead, if we think it as a necklace, okay, if we think it as a necklace, so we can consider each unit as a single bead. So one unit is equal to one bead. Okay, so similarly when we are going on adding beads one by one in a thread, we can make a necklace out of it. So the same way, when we are going to add or combine the monomers one by one, 3 and more than 3, okay, either minimum is 3 and maximum could be anything but more than 3. So many monomers, when they combine together to form a chain like structure, that is known as polymer. Okay, you can see the split terms of mono means one, mer means unit. Similarly, poly means many, mer means unit. So either 3 or more than 3 units or more than 3 units of monomers, they can make up a polymer. Now here we are going to study about two types of synthetic fibers. The very first one is rayon, which is also known as artificial silk. Now we all know that silk has some specific properties, that is, it is very smooth and it is lustrous. It has a lot of shine. Now, though rayon is a bit of semi-synthetic fiber, semi-synthetic means we can say it is synthetic, but it is used, not semi-synthetic, but it uses or it requires the raw materials which are natural. Okay, so the natural raw material which is used to manufacture rayon is the wood pulp. Though the material is basic material, or you can say the raw material is from natural source, still it is synthetic fiber because it is manufactured in the factories. Now, the process of manufacturing rayon is very cheap as compared to the process of manufacturing of silk, as well as it is less time consuming. We can consider it with the example of rearing and breeding silkworms and waiting for the silk threads or silk fibers to come out and make up a cocoon around the silkworm. So this is time consuming, as well as the rearing and breeding of silkworms is a bit costlier. The very first thing is finding a silkworm and having those mulberry leaves every time for their feed is a bit costlier. So in comparison of natural silk, the artificial silk is most preferable by everyone, and hence it is used in general. Now it is used in combination with cotton and wool. So when rayon is combined with cotton, it makes up a material which is used for making dresses and bed sheets. When we combine rayon with wool, it makes a material which is used to make carpets. Nowadays the rayon fibers, fabrics. The rayon fabrics are more preferable as they are cheaper. They give a cottony texture, plus they do not make it very warm. So in summer days also we can wear those cloths made up of rayon, and they are non-shrinkable. Means the cotton is shrinkable. There are some shrinkage in the cotton, but rayon does not have that kind of property. Plus there is no need to iron every time when you want to wear the rayon cloths. Now move on to the next, which is the nylon fiber. The nylon fiber is the first fully synthetic fiber. Okay, though it is made up of coal, water and air, which are the natural sources, still we can say that it is a fully synthetic fiber, the very first fully synthetic fiber, because these coal is made up of, it is a hydrocarbon which is commonly known as methane. It is made up of hydrogen and carbon atoms. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, and air is a mixture of gases. So it consists of so many gases like nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus and so on. So there are so many kind of gases or so many kind of elements which are present. These elements are from natural base. Obviously nothing can come along from somewhere else, but what we are using, we are just using the raw material which is in elemental form. Okay, only the elements are there, hence it is the fully synthetic fiber. Now there are certain characteristics which are associated with nylon. You must have come across nylon articles many a times, and you may have seen those articles, or you must be using so many of them. Okay, so let us see the characteristics, or let us first see the uses, and then we will move on to the characteristics of the nylon fiber. The nylon fibers we may use in making the climbing ropes. The climbing ropes, wherever we are going for mountain climbing, we can use those kind of nylon ropes. So that, because they are so strong as compared to the steel wire, we can compare the strength of this nylon fiber with the steel wire, that it is even more stronger than a steel wire, plus it is elastic. So it can be bent as well as it can be stretched. Okay, so due to this reason we are using these nylon ropes for mountain climbing. Then they could be used, as they are thin and flexible, they could be used in making socks, brushes, then curtains and other materials like swimsuits. you can see the characteristic which says that they are water resistant. So due to their water resistant property, they could be used for making the swimsuits. They are lustrous. They are lustrous and hence thin. They are lustrous, thin and flexible, and hence many kind of decorative articles can be prepared by using the nylon fiber. As they are lightweight as well as strong, so we can use them in making the parachutes. Okay, the parachutes which are used, the material of the parachute is made up of nylon fiber, and it has to float in air, and hence it has to be lighter as well as it has to be stronger enough to manage, or you can say to withstand the air pressure. And hence due to these so many characteristics, we are using the nylon fibers very widely, and hence it is the most preferable synthetic fiber used nowadays. So with this we have completed two types of synthetic fibers, rayon and nylon. I hope you all have understood them clearly. In the next video we will discuss about the next topics. Goodbye and have a safe day.